Welcome, Cybele. Cybele is from Toronto. She is a paper artist.
So nice to see all these faces and so many that I recognize. Hi, Nancy and Beatrice and Janet. When I was at art school, I was making all sorts of exploring in big materials and welding and woodworking and electronics and holography. In my last year of sculpture, I started my family. I had my daughter. So doing all that big stuff did not make sense anymore. So I segued into printmaking, which introduced me to Japanese paper, which seemed to offer up all sorts of possibilities sculpturally, that I no longer needed the welding equipment or the woodworking shop. I could figure everything else out in a small amount of space. I have about 10 pairs of scissors. These little, they're just $2 thread clipping scissors. There's slightly more involved tools like a hole punch tool. A variety of dowels, awls. These bamboo sticks are good for everything. They're great for, because they work well with the Japanese paper. They will slide along it without grabbing the fiber. My variety of sewing needles. But for the sculptures that I put behind glass, I don't use anything other than Japanese paper. It was developed hundreds of years ago and is made the exact same way. So it's very pure, and the materiality of it, the fibers are super strong, but also super delicate. So you can really trust it. You can trust it to work with you and also to offer possibilities along the way. I think I went partly really small because I can become really overwhelmed with how many details in the world around me are so inspiring that I almost want to consume them. It doesn't make any sense, but you almost want to just like eat it like it's candy or something. So if I can recreate these pieces, then there's a satisfaction around that. This was actually part of a group exhibition around the self-portrait. Now, I'm not a musician, but I was certainly going through a period of my life where I found that taking apart the pieces and understanding how I'm put together was leading me to see the individual elements that come together as their own objects of interest or of curiosity or of beauty. This was a part of a series of metamorphosis, transformations. So this one I actually started in a very material way. I was twisting paper into thread and connecting it like these netting forms. And as I was doing that, I was searching for what is this going to become, and I was for some reason searching for roller skates, and this white and red one came up, and I just thought, okay, that's definitely how this creature began its life. I was creating a commission piece for somebody whose husband was in construction. I probably, many times in my own sculpture or just home improvement or whatever, where is that extension cord when you need it? There's something funny and interesting about the limitations of the length of the cord. So I started playing with the actual outlet and seeing, literally just playing with it. Oh, okay, it actually makes this circle. And what if there's this drill and all it can reach is this one spot, and it's kind of gone a little batty. This is the second iteration of this piece, because when I first created it, I was in a more dealing with some darker issues, and the elements that emerged from that cocoon were more monstrous. I just sort of kept it aside. It was really important for me to actually go back into the piece and have it be about blooming. So it went from kind of a dark piece to a jubilatory piece, which was really, really wonderful to see that change. This is it's not an airplane. It was going to be a piece of paper with the corner folded over, so representing the two-dimensional world moving into the three-dimensional world and all the possibility that lies in that simple action of folding the paper over.
Thank you so much, everybody. It was wonderful seeing you as always.